Dr. Mike back here today. Today we're going to talk about deathbed regrets. Today's topic is going to be, a little bit gloomy, but like I said, there is no up if there is no down. There is no winning if there is not losing. There is no light without dark. So we're going to go into the dark side here today to explore our mind as if we were dying and thinking about all of the things that we would be regretting. So as part of this lesson here is we're going to reflect on all of our life regrets. This can be a very powerful exercise because it's going to allow us, most people never really think about the things in their daily life that they are not accomplishing until it's too late. So in this exercise right here, this self-reflection, we want to be able to gain insight into all of the areas that we could possibly regret, which are career, health, and relationships. So what I want you to do is to listen to what I'm saying. I just want you to close your eyes for a moment. And I want you to imagine that you are laying in the hospital in a bed at your age that you're at right now. If you're 50, if you're 30, or whatever, or because this is going to go forward and back, and the doctor comes in and says, you have one day to live, and you can't walk, you can't get out of bed, you can't do anything. And knowing and having the realization finally set in that this life is not a video game. The reality is that you have one shot and one shot only, and you just screwed up your shot. You will be gone from this earth in one day, and you will never get a chance to do all of those things that you thought about doing, that you put off, and tomorrow, and now you know that tomorrow is never going to come. So in your mind right now, I want you to imagine yourself on your deathbed, looking back on your life. Visualize the scene as vividly as you possibly can. I want you to feel the feelings. That's what you really want to be able to do. Feel the feelings of regret and disappointment. I want you right in your heart right now to think, to feel how that's going to know that you are never, ever going to get a chance. And the reason you didn't get a chance to do that is because you were lazy and you put things off. Feel the guilt, things that you didn't do for people, things you didn't tell people, people you didn't tell that you loved, the remorse, the shame, self-blame, sorrow, disappointment, that deep disappointment in yourself, the anguish, unfulfillment, it's like a suffering. It's almost like you're in hell right now. I couldn't think of anything worse right now than if you're thinking about hell, being able to go there with regrets. Not regrets for the things that you did, regret for the things that you did not do in your life. Because regret is a complex emotion, and it can manifest in various ways. It's often leading to negative feelings and reflect on choices or actions from the past that we wish we had made. So in our career, so now you can open your eyes, and as part of this little assignment here, get a piece of paper and a pen, and you can pause me whenever you feel like you need to, which you will in between these. First, we're going to start with our career. We're going to focus on our career and imagine what you wanted to achieve professionally. Write down any regrets related to your career. Be sure to associate the feelings that are listed on the page here with each regret. Missed opportunity, unfulfilled goals. First of all, we have to have some type of goals. Think about in your career, what were you planning on doing? What money were you going to make? Were you going to travel? What were all the destinations? So many people sit there and watch the Travel Channel, and they kind of living through other people, even especially on social media. We live through other people's experiences and thinking, oh, I'm going to do that someday. I'm going to do that. I'm going to get this job. I'm going to make this money. I'm going to have this house. I'm going to have this car. I'm going to do all these things. Well, as of today, When you're writing this down, you are not going to be able to do any of those. It's over. It's done for your career. So I want you to pause this and list down all of the things that you wished you would have done, or things you would have done in the future, but you didn't get to because you pushed them off. This exercise works a lot easier for people that are older. But if you are younger and you're doing this, think of all the things that you're going to miss out on in the future, your future career. How about thinking of a person you didn't talk to? Let's go to the relationships. Another corner. Think about the family, the friends, the significant others, people that you didn't say that you loved, people that you didn't say goodbye to, people that you kept a grudge against for years and years, and you're never going to see them, and you're going to die without being able to make amends with that person in your relationships. Did you spend enough time? Would you have wanted to spend more time? And now we're going to talk about our health. As you're laying there in bed with your big gut and your big man boobies and out of shape, and maybe one of the reasons that you're dying right now and you have a heart attack because you're so full of cholesterol and your arteries are clogged. And over the past 20 years of your life, because you were so fat and out of shape, you missed out on days at the beach. You missed out on coaching with your kid in sports. You missed out on going on hikes and walks with your significant other. You missed out on vacations. You missed out on swimming things. You missed out. You wouldn't even take your shirt off in public because you were so embarrassed with yourself. Always saying, I'm going to start that diet tomorrow. I'm going to get in shape. I'm going to do this. You'll never, ever get a chance to do that. So write those things down. Spending more time, telling people you love them, becoming a multimillionaire, surrounding yourself with influential people, having a home in the South, speaking free. How about just all the things that you wanted to say, but you never said them because you were scared? What would you have done now, knowing you're going to die? The things that you might have said, things you might have done, people that you might have the truth you would have told. Think about all those things. Okay. Now, when you're done, and doing this assignment here, it may take you a day or two or three to really, don't rush through this. Really think about it. If you were going to die tomorrow and you couldn't rush out and do things, there's no bucket list or anything, you had to actually write down. I want you to go as deep and as dark and as depressing as you possibly can, because the next assignment is going to be on how are we going to design that person that's going to be able to achieve all of these things. Okay? We're going to design the winner, and we're going to design the loser. We're going to design that person that is doing the correct things every single day to achieve all of these. And we're going to design the loser, the person that is basically running down the path you're running down at this point in time, that is not accomplishing anything. That loser is going to be the one that is going to die with all these regrets. The winner is going to die with no regrets at all. When it's their time to go, they're going to be fulfilled. The loser is going to die and they'll be in hell before they even die because of all of the regrets they're going to have. Really, I can't think of anything much worse in life than to sit there and have massive regrets, knowing that you screwed your life up. You have one chance. There's no do-overs. I know that's so hard for most of us to really comprehend, that we think that tomorrow's always going to come, tomorrow's going to be here. But as I say all the time, there's only so many tomorrows. We don't know if you're going to be in a car wreck. We don't know if you're just going to get sick and die. You don't know these things. We should be living our life based upon driving in a direction of our goals that we want. Being ourselves and not worrying what a damn bit what any other people say or think about us. I know that's hard, but you got to be able to get to that point where you don't care. This life is about you and being a good person to help other people, but it's got to be about you and your fulfillment. So compile all these regrets, the career, the health, and relationships, into a final list, because you're going to need this for your next assignment. Okay? Because our future action is going to be creating a plan to eliminate all of these regrets. So hopefully by the end of this, to conclude this, you should have a list of all of the things in life that you would have missed out on because you get one shot in your career, things you wanted to do, all of the things in your health that you didn't do. Maybe you always said, someday I'm going to see my abs, but you're dying a fat body and you're never going to see them. Ever. Never. Done. You're going to die a nobody. You're going to die that fat person. And the same thing with your relationships. Are you going to be laying there in the bed broke, fat, and alone? That's a question you have to answer yourself. So have this list prepared for the next Hero First Loser compilation that we have assignment. And when we get into that, you have to have this. Have to have this list prepared. So go as deep and as dark as you possibly can. And remember, the saying goes, better than anything, there are only so many tomorrows. So go out and live your best life today. Take care, guys.